everybody, Krista Kitsune here, and welcome to episode, I saw it, 4, episode 4 of Reigns. I was going to do Puzzle Pirates, the Dark Seas, but it's been taking like the last 15 minutes to try and get it to work. I mean, not that it's like broken, it's just, okay, so I logged into my computer, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play Puzzle Pirates: The Dark Seas because a lot of people, well, one person wanted me to play the Obsidian Ocean, and then I did it on one episode. I got a couple good results on that. I got 65 people watch it, so I figured I'd play it again. But I click on it, and it's like, well, you have to update the client because it's old. I'm like, okay, fine. Took a few minutes to do that. No problem. Then I sign into the thing and it goes, you have to use the Steam client to log in now. Because they did say that they were going to do that, but I just didn't think they had it implemented yet. So then I had to go through Steam, download it again. Took about 4 or 5 minutes. And then it still needs to update the client. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow, finish up the download, because I don't want to sit there and wait for it, because it's almost time for me to stop in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to just do Reigns, and Reigns is pretty simple. You know the deal about Reigns. It's basically a yes or no kind of thing. You have your king, and you give people ask you questions, you say yes or no. It's a lot like Sort the Court. If you haven't seen, I played Sort the Court before. I could do that again here in the near future. But we're going to just go ahead and resume where we were at. The only thing about this game so far is that it's like progressive. Like, it saves your progress, kind of. When you die, you don't start off as the last king. You start off as a new king, and that king is playthrough is his reign. So that's how it's a little bit different, because there's actually consequences and such when you get bad, whatever. Either you get too greedy and you have a lot of stuff, or you don't have enough stuff. Either way, you get kind of dead. When Sort the Court, unless they've changed it since last time I played, because I've not actually played Sort the Court for a really long time. I would go in here and see when was like the actual last time I played Sort the Court. But it's been like a really long time, months, last year sometime probably even. So like we can check it out in the near future, like I said, to see like what's going on with the update. Like, I don't know if they've updated it or what. But I do know that we could check that out here in the future. Also, look forward to a couple announcements. One's not kind of that important, really, but the first announcement is look forward to Friday. Friday is officially the first day of fall, autumn, whatever, and I actually bought a bunch of stuff to celebrate the first day of fall. Now, it's food related, of course, but I actually bought this stuff to eat on Friday because it was the first day of fall, and I bought it because I didn't think I was going to get my snack crate for this month, or for last month actually. Last week I got August's snack crate, and I did it last week, which was okay, I guess, but it was still like 2.5 weeks late. But I got my snack crate, so I did a food thing. So there's going to be another food thing here on Friday. So, yeah. The other announcement I'm going to make is I was trying to determine like what I was going to do for Halloween this year. Last year around this time, last year around October, was Scaretober. And Scaretober consisted of every once in a while during the whole month of October, I did a scary game. I did Vanish, I did Five Nights at Freddy's, I did a bunch of other different Slenderman, which was actually kind of shitty because like I went through and my flashlight kept dying and I couldn't see very well because of this glare. I couldn't see like through the screen very well. But yeah, so I was trying to think of like I don't want to do the same games again this year because that would just be kind of like a cop out or whatever. Like I know the games already. I mean I know the games already anyway because I've seen other people play them. But I mean I played them for myself already, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. So my idea for Halloween this year is to find a bunch of really shitty Halloween games and play them. Like there's a lot of, or not just Halloween games, but like scary games. Um, there are a lot of indie games that are supposedly scary, and they're really not. So I was thinking that I could find some indie-based horror games and play them on the channel. Give shout-outs to the people who make them, of course, but not really make fun of them. But it's going to be like not like a well-known or really popular or whatever Halloween game, scary game, because you know Slender Man is like pretty popular because it was like a trope and a meme and stuff like that. And Five Nights at Freddy's, of course, is like a big, franchise now. T-shirts and hats and toys and everything. So those are well known and very big games. So I wanted to kind of look at some of the smaller games which aren't really well known and aren't really that great for Halloween. Just an idea. If you know any of those kind of games that are like free, free is good because anything that's free is pretty okay with me. But if you know any of those kind of games, just leave a link to it or the name of it, and I'll try looking for it to see if I can play it. And look forward to, I don't know what I'm going to call it, like Failtober or not Scaretober or something. I don't know. I'll think of something here in the next couple weeks because I still got a couple weeks before October's even here. Excuse me. It tastes like sugar wafers. So anyway, we've got some time now, and I've just been sitting here rambling for this first part all over. So I didn't mean to sit there and ramble and not play the game. I have a really bad time, like, trying to do two things at once. So if I'm talking to you, and I'm trying to have, like a serious, like, not just rambling conversation, I'm trying to say, hey, this is what's up, this is what's gonna happen. I want to, like, be looking at you and, like, concentrate on you guys and talk to you, and then if I'm playing the game, I'm, like, concentrating on reading or moving or whatever. So, sorry for that big old long intro. We still got a nice long time to play this game, so don't worry. Okay, so River Drop is flooding, and a large part of the country need help from the church and from the army. The church just say yes. Greetings, Your Majesty. I wish to write a song for you. I may have a good idea. Not today. You should organize a curfew. The streets in the capital are not safe yet. Safe at night. River Drop is dry again. We should build a dam. No. A fat guy with a fake beard and red coat is giving gifts to random children in the streets. Executioner, not my concern. We need money to organize. No. We'd like to spend some time selling sure. Would you like to marry a young? Sure. Okay, so that helps. Find company of your drunken soldiers ransacked an abbey. We want justice. No. The goldsmiths of the capital created a cartel to organize their trade. Want your approval? Yes. The Queen Joan is loved by the people on the army. Give her more power. We need to watch the power here. We need to build a new church. Yes. Earthquake destroyed a large part of the capital. The city waits your guards. Save the victims. Prevent pillaging. Save the victims. Countries ruined, my lord. Emergence and nobility own everything. Okay, that was short-lived. So I have mentioned before, I can't even speak. The game runs on a fine line. You basically have to keep everything at the middle range. As you see, like, everything's white right here, like, everything, like, in the middle. Everything needs to be in the middle. If you go too high, things start going bad because people think you're greedy, and then they're going to overthrow you. If there's no money or no religion or no people or no army, people are going to overthrow excuse me, overthrow you. So basically, you have to watch your gauges. All 4 gauges have to be at the middle level. If you have anything too high, it's going to kill you. If you have anything too low, it's going to kill you. My problem is a lot of times I have not enough money. So I always die. I always get this ending because I don't have enough money. Now, he was only there for such a short time. Between 3 and 6. 3 years. So now we get to try this guy. King Gerald. I'm a serial killer, so what? You're an executioner. This job sucks. If I could, out of the question. Maybe, but nobody wants to do it. Okay, a ship has been quarantined, and maybe the plague. Should we quarantine the whole port? I could be the executioner? No. I'm looking for a simple way to test exotic poisons. I can pay. Yeah, sure, whatever. Whoa. It quickly appears that hygiene was the doctor's least concern. Wow. That went super fast. A terrible plague followed on the doctor's experiments on convict. You're not among the first to rot. Whoa, that's kind of morbid. Okay, so we got to see a different ending at least this time. Because usually it's just the money that goes down. This time the people went down and we caused a plague and everybody died. And it looks like either my fingers. My fingers fell off because I rotted. That's awesome. Question mark? So he only lasted for what, like a year? 2 years. Okay, well that was short-lived. Alright, so let's try again with Robert. Okay, you are so clever, my lord. You are an example to all of us. Yes. I have a request. We gained a large mountainous land on the eastern border. Would you consider giving it to me? No. I can teach you a few things about white magic. Sure. Wait to tempt fate? Yes. Loaded dice. You will never lose again against the Red Dwarf. Neat. Don't know who the Red Dwarf is. Never met him. The church is weak and people are blasphemous. Yes. Give us no power to enforce the divine justice in your country. The Pope is ready to pay the price. This is the coldest winter of the last 30 years. After the weak harvest, people are starving. I can't help. Give our supplies. Tweet, tweet. Who's in charge of this bird? Thank you. There's a crisis in your church. We need to reform our religion. Well, not so fast. You can see the church thing was getting up really high. If I would have said yes to that, it probably would have peaked, and I probably would have lost because of that. Cereals are very cheap these days, my lord. Should you adjust the price of bread? Raise it slightly. The tower of the Balisca is falling apart. We need your help. No. We can't get the church up too high. The south is asking for help in their conflict with the west. You should send the army. Yes. The convent announcers started meowing like cats is spreading to the village. General! I send the army to the nun meowing. The church is embarrassed, but approves. Cool. General Pollen is a salmon swimming. If you say so. Our soldiers were overzealous both at the south and the west. Bring back the army. Please stop the cowardly and super massacre of innocent young women. I don't know about that. Cool, I'm a coward now. We can never be prepared. We need to recruit more soldiers. Yes. People are famished and the unrest is spreading. What? And I died. Castle is ransacked, your court disperses, and you're left with pigeons to rule over. I think I had this ending before, but I'm not quite sure. I just lost all the people because of famine. Cool. So I did another deed. I got another star for that. So that's cool. Okay, so a couple more. Let's see how long it takes us to do. We still need to govern like a winner, have an heir, and start a romance, which we haven't done yet, so... Whispering. A young woman claims that her son is a factory bastard. Should we make the problem disappear? You never hear from the woman again. Your soldiers' bridges are too low. Please place them properly and on time. My art is not to your liking, I can tell. I'm leaving for the kingdom to the west. They have better taste. I'd like to conduct a new research on the fabled transmutation of lead into gold. Will you finance me? No. There are too many people to execute. I need help from the army. Yes. It seems like your vice is... My vice is not to your liking. You know who rules over men and kings. I repent. I'll show you the way the religious... Please no. No. There's been a problem with ignore. Arcturus of Oswald managed to enrage the cattle while preaching at the market. There are a lot of casualties. Okay. The people of the Western Village are afraid of goblins. Who should take care of this? The church. Oh, hello. We're at war with too many enemies. It costs a fortune. We should negotiate a ceasefire. My lord, what about a bit of fencing? I'm a good teacher. Let's better than on guard. Come a little closer. Trying to fight like an eagle. Yes, I'm going to attack you. Angry boy. Mother. You won, my lord. Beginner's luck. Do you want to know how to improve? Yes. Fidgety depends on your choices. Attack is bright and explosive, while defense is cunning and deceitful. Carry on. If you defend, you gain a chance to trigger a special move during the following turn. Carry on. Look at your opponent, and you will learn new thrusts and tricks that way. Thank you. Cool. Sire, we should spend some money to build a communal barn to prevent famine. Sure. The barn was expensive, but it was a good protection to avoid famine and the people's unrest. Cool. So now we have that. Okay, thank you. Nothing is happening this year. The army is bored to death. Provide them with wine. Go exercise. There has been a massive breakup from the prison. Yes. Great fire is destroying your castle, my lord. Save the treasury. Save the garrison. Now, your country is ruined, my lord. The merchants and the nobles ruin everything. Okay, so... I died again. Oligarch... Okay, so that's unfortunate. That I keep getting the one running out of money a lot. I didn't even pay attention to the money. I was paying attention mostly to these three because those are the ones that seem to bounce around the most between stuff. All stuff is mostly these three are the ones that are mostly. This one here is only done if it involves like buying things or upgrading things or paying people. So I mean that's you know that, but this is the army, so if anything that involves, you know, searching for people, fighting in a war, you know, etc., is going to affect that. People are like famine, food, people that, you know, townspeople, and the religion is mostly like, okay, so either you follow the religion or you're blasphemous, and if you do something blasphemous, then it goes down. If you do something for the church, it goes up. So, okay, a group of fanatics have ransacked the hospital, pretending only God can heal them through the holy touch, my lord. No, it can't. A group of people have become enraged and are now hunting witches. Sure. Apparently this derangement is caused by rye grain poisoning. Should we burn our stocks? Yes. With the stocks depleted, there is a reasonable chance that people will starve in the following years. But there's also the chance that everybody could have gotten diseased and died that way. While digging for gold, we found the entrance of a very strange crypt. A very scary one with ghostly voices and foul smells. I will go. Okay, enter the dungeon. There's no way back, and in your absence, the kingdom is irreluctably falls into anarchy. Okay, so you're hesitant to touch the walls. There's 2 exits. Carry on, carry on. The air is lighter, but still smells of sickness. Use the air door or the arsenic door. Air door. The first was closed. Kick the door. Turn around. Kick the door. Your foot hurts. Kick the door. if it hurts. I think I've been through this situation before. You have to go through the arsenic door or something. Use the neutral door or the fire door. Arsenic door. Arsenic door. Flee. Attack. Cool. I won. Neutral door. Neutral door. Carry on. Did you find your way to the dungeon? Maybe, but your powers no more and your new king's on the rise. So I just lost myself in the dungeon and I only had 2 years in power, so woo for me. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today's episode. So this game is like last time we did like super well. Like last time it was like we were like 30 years for like a whole strain of stuff, and I just realized this stuff has been here the whole time. And you didn't get to see all that stuff, but I'm sorry. But yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so when we last played this, I got like 30 years on one and like 26 some years or something on the other. I think like if I click on this, it gives you like this high score. Gerald the Blessed was in 31 years. Harry was 27, James was 21, Robert was 19. So these are like my top 4 kings. So 31 years in power. So we were doing really good that one episode, last episode. This time was a lot of really short ones. Like I said, I think it might be building up a little bit more challenging, because when you get the cards and you're reading them, sometimes they're like they're worded in a way to where, at least for me, I mean they could be the same, but at least for me it's like they're worded in a way to where it sounds good when you click on it, but then it ends up being kind of like one of those things that flips on you and it's like, oh well, it's not really good, and then it ends up fucking you over. So that's a thing. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you like this video, give it a like and share with your friends. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. If you go down here, there'll be a video that YouTube suggests to check out. In the middle will be my face. You can click on that to go subscribe. And over there, in that direction, there'll be a link to the merchandise store where you can go get some merch. So if you're interested in getting a t-shirt or a tote bag with my mascot on it, there's the place to go. So that's going to be it, like I said, and I will see you next time, everybody. See you later.